Okay, what I'm sharing with you here today is levels of responsibility that I have identified within community. And so we have 5 levels of responsibility, starting at child level, moving to teen, adult, community, and then radical responsibility. And some things I've identified within these domains so we can step more into our archetypal purpose by holding a stronger pole when in connection with others as we navigate this ever-changing world. So the first level is child level. Child level does not take responsibility, has others do things for them. So this is, an infant unable to really take care of themselves. There's also an unwillingness to learn. So if you have an adult that's at child level, they're going to be unwilling to learn. They're going to avoid wanting to push their edges. So that's a child level. It could also be that they have a full cup and they can't. So when they step into adult, they can say, I'm willing to learn, but not at this moment, or that's something I'm not interested in, but unwilling to learn or speak why. There's child level, and then avoid conflict as well. There's child level of responsibility, don't want to take responsibility and don't want to be in conflict, which can also be that they don't understand how to have healthy conflict. Teen level is going to be shame and blame. They did that, it's not my responsibility. I told them to do that and they said they would take responsibility, like even pushing responsibility onto others, even though it was their first level of responsibility to take hold of it. For example, if I am responsible for cleaning the kitchen, as that's my job in the household, and I ask somebody in the household to do it and they say, yeah, I'll clean it, and it doesn't get done, whose responsibility is it? Well, it was first mine, so just because I pass it on to someone doesn't mean it's no longer my responsibility. It's totally theirs, and I could shame and blame them. As the lead of kitchen cleaner, my job is to check in with them. Hey, you said you were going to clean the kitchen. Do you need support? I see it hasn't been done yet. Is it going to be done by the time you said it was going to be done? So that's how you take more responsibility. So a team will blame that it's not their responsibility. They will manipulate, change informations or change stories so it fits their story to make them look better. And this is not like, we're not trying to look better, we're in connection. We want us all to take responsibility and do our best. So manipulate, they might do things to take revenge. They will only care for themselves, so they're not really caring about others, just what is the best for them. They'll make excuses and they'll use aggression or argument of states, or emotions to manipulate it even more. Adult level is fair. You clean your mess, I'll clean my mess. It's very clear, it's very simple, there's balance in adult level. And there's also kind of feeling obligated to do it. So there's like an obligation, I have to do this because you did it now. They will share information that's important to them in a story. So they'll bring things to the table that would also make them look good and feels like it could be beneficial, but also benefit them. And they're considerate of others. So this is beautiful. And this is a base level. So this is some people live at this level. I think I'd say a lot of people actually live more in teen level, especially in business and stuff. Not seeing a lot of adult level. And there's people that live in adult level. This is, I would say, how house dynamics usually do in base level communities living together might live. Then there's community level responsibility. It's not always exactly fair. So it's not always even or level, meaning that I might do dishes more than other people in the house, and it's just what it is, so we can actually just live in a more happy, healthy house together. I might not say anything about it though, and resentment can happen there, but it's not always fair, and I might just do it because I like doing it. Makes the implicit explicit, so you're really taking things that might not be being said and put it on the table, kind of like, what's been swept underneath the rug for so long, let's bring that to the table and actually have these difficult conversations and have a high level understanding of how to deal with conflict. Maybe have some training in nonviolent communication, conflict resolution, unitive justice or restorative justice. So there's a level of being able to work with the shit that's not so easy to talk about. They're considerate of all others. So community level, where you're considering the whole community and anyone that our decisions might affect or impact. So not just the people at the table, the larger scale. There's also, they like to be acknowledged for support. So community level is like, hey, I did this, I did that. And it's like, hey, I still want to be acknowledged for this part. And they will share all information. So that's community level. Then we have radical level of responsibility. And this is the inexcusable or inescapable responsibility. This is the highest level of responsibility, meaning that they understand that them just being in a dynamic, whether they've done something or not, has an effect on the whole. If there's a rock on the table, whether you choose to move it or not move it, take action to remove the rock or leave the rock, there's still consequences of that rock either being there on the table or being removed from the table. So no matter what, if you're involved and you have understanding, that you are taking responsibility for even being part of that. So that's unescapable. You're just part of it. There's awareness of the potential, the potentiality, meaning I'm willing to hold the discomfort in my system and not say anything because I know there's a higher level of potential that can be reached once we break through that glass ceiling, once we move past that level of discomfort. Whether someone shames or blames me, I can just hold that tension and not feel like I have to prove myself. It's a state of egolessness. I even have that in here, egolessness. Can stand in the fire. So that's what that is. It's really being able to be in the discomfort of what is present because you see that higher level of potentiality to break through. And it's owning your part within that. And that can be what other people see about you that you might not have seen, but willing to take ownership that you had an effect on whatever did transpire or take place, or that you're choosing to be part of. The egolessness and does not need acknowledgement for supporting. It just knows the highest potential needs your energy, so you just bring that energy into whatever is being created or dealt with or being worked through. So you don't need to be acknowledged for what you've done. And instead of just sharing information, there's a full transparency. And that could look like, yeah, I felt fear sharing this because I didn't know how it would affect the whole. And so I just want to speak full transparency that I held back information at a certain time because it didn't feel right. And I could see how that might have helped then. And I still believe that bringing it now has more effect than if I would have brought it then. So that's being fully transparent of our own shadows and discomfort within those things. It could be that I'm feeling really sad that this is taking place right now. I just want to be transparent. I'm not here to make you be held by you, but to be transparent that there's sadness in me for this. So here are the 5 levels of responsibility. I hope this helps you.